solve the equation x dy by dx minus 5y equals x to the power of 7. Now, what you have here is a differential equation, right? Now, it can be written in the form dy by dx plus py equals q. Because from looking at it, doesn't seem like you can solve it by direct integration or by separating the variables, but it can be written in that form. And then you remember that here you multiply it by the integrating factor, which is e to the integral of p dx. After that, the integrating factor is going to be that you multiply and say you have e to the integral of p dx dy by dx plus e to the integral of p dx times py equals e to the integral of p dx times q. Alright? Then you apply the inverse product rule to it. So in this case, you have e to the integral of p dx. You, having looked at what product would you have differentiated to get this, you hold e to the integral of p dx and differentiate y with respect to x to get dy by dx plus, and you hold y times, and you differentiate e to the integral of p dx to get p e to the integral of p dx. So let me move the p there and the y here. Right. So you remember that? Okay. And then you combine them. This was the d by dx of y e to the integral of p dx equal e to the integral of p dx times q, and then you integrate both sides with respect to x. So those are the general steps, just a reminder of the general steps that you would take, right? Now, when it comes to this, I had done some work on it before. What I got for the answer was y equals x to the power of 8 divided by 3 plus c x to the power of 5. Now I'm going to ask you to write the question down and try it. Now, you should get the same thing as I got here if I didn't make any mistake. So go ahead and do that. Okay, have you finished? Did you get the same thing? Let us see how this goes. In order to get it as dy by dx plus py equal q, all we need to do is divide by x. So we have dy by dx. So dy by dx minus 5 over x y minus 5 over x y equals x to the 7 over x equals x to the 7 divided by x. Alright? Now, you can see here that P, when we match it with the general formula, P is negative 5 over x, and Q is, well, x to the 7 over x will be x to the 6. Alright? Going to work out as x to the 6. Next thing we do, find out what the integrating factor is. The integrating factor is e to the integral of p with respect to x, which is e to the integral of negative 5 over x with respect to x, which is dx. Now, here is the same as e to the, can just put the negative 5 outside the integral sign, and so you're integrating 1 over x dx. So it is e to the negative 5 times, what do you get when you integrate 1 over x with respect to x? Remember, it's ln x that you will get, right? Now let's just see how we can simplify this. Remember our laws of logarithms, so it'd be negative 5 ln x is the same as ln x to the negative 5. Alright? So ln x to the negative 5. Now, remember, when you have e to the power of ln something, that something will remain undisturbed, and e raised to the power of ln, those cancel each other out. It's just like square root and square cancel each other out, right? So here, what we're going to get is x to the negative 5 as our integrating factor. See that? So remember, you have to keep up with remembering your thing there, your rules and laws of logarithms. Alright? Now, we multiply both sides by our integrating factor. Alright? So the next thing we do, multiply by the integrating factor. So when you do that, we're going to have we're going to have x to the negative 5 times dy by dx minus, I say plus negative 5, might look a bit neater this way, plus negative 5y times x to the negative 5 equals x to the 6 times x to the negative 5. Right? So you see that. Now, here, what we're going to have is, let's look at it now. We look at this and apply the product rule in reverse. What could we have differentiated to get this. What product of two functions? Let's see. Here we hold x to the negative 5 as it is, multiply by, and differentiate y. So it seems as if we have x to the negative 5 times y. But let's see what happens out here. Out here, oh no, what's going on? Why did this come up? Okay, out here we hold y as it is, and we have the y there times. If you differentiate x to the negative 5, you get negative 5 x to the negative 5. So we have back our x to the negative 5. Nice, right? So what we have here is the derivative with respect to x of x to the negative 5y, right, equals, and then x to the 6 minus 5, you know that x to the 6 over x to the 5 is going to be x. This is x. Alright. After that, you integrate. So you have the integral of d by dx of x to the negative 5y with respect to x plus the integral, no, not plus, equals the integral of x with respect to x. So let's see what happens here. You see, integral with respect, you're integrating with respect to x, and at the same time you're differentiating with respect to x. The integral and the differentiation will cancel each other out, leaving the function or the numbers undisturbed, just like square and square root, right? So find the square of a number and square root the answer, you get back the number. So you differentiate x to the negative 5y and integrate what you get back x to the negative 5y. They are reverse of each other. So what you have here is x to the negative 5y equals, and then you integrate this would be x squared over 2 plus c. After that, you divide by x to the negative 5, so you get y equals x squared over 2 times 1 over x to the negative 5 plus c over x to the negative 5. See that? After that, you use your knowledge of the laws of indices. You remember that if you have 1 over x to a power, it's the same as x to the negative power. For example, 1 over x squared is the same as x to the negative 2, and so on, right? So it's a negative power. So this is x squared over 2 times x to the negative 5. But negative 5 is positive 5. Plus c x to the 5. So y equals, this will be x to the 7 over 2 plus cx to the 5. And that's your answer here. What did I get? Oh, in the answer I provided earlier, I said x to the 8. It was, well, that was an error. It's x to the 7. 7, not 8. So in this case, y is equal to x to the 7 over 2 plus cx to the 5. So that's what we get there.